From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that thing. I know what you're trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
It's Pete that not the general to know the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. And look, I want to introduce to y'all, you hear me, the newest member of the 24/7 Grind INC family, the lovely Miss Ivy. Miss Ivy, introduce yourself, you hear me?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ivy, and I'm here to add life to your life. I'll be here on beauty tips and news, and basically anything y'all need from me. A little uplifting or whatever you need.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever
Yes,
you
ma'am.
need.
So give me a little background, you heard me, where you from?
I'm from New Orleans. That's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm from. I'm a mother of 9, so if you need a little parenting tips or we can converse together on parenting tips, that would be wonderful. Um, Mainly here for the ladies, as a representative for the ladies, to keep you informed as a parent. We're going to work with each other as a community to keep our kids safe, keep ourselves looking sexy and fun, and just all around being the most powerful self that you could be.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, how long you been gone from out the city?
Um, it's been a minute since Katrina. I
Okay.
went back. I came back, not on good terms, but I came back and came on back down to Texas. Looking for a better a better education. See, if it wasn't for my kids, you know what I'm saying, I probably would be back down there because I miss home like crazy. But it's better education out here for them. So yeah, I have to do what's best for my babies, and that was best for me.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, you ready to get into the topic, or you want to drop them with some words first?
Um, I want to drop the ladies happy International Women's Day. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, and for the women out there, I want to empower you with a key saying: another woman is not your competition. The only competition you have is your old self. Your old self, getting rid of your old self and evolving into your new self. That's what we aiming for. The best us, the best us.
Okay, you come on this motherfucker dropping jewels. I like that. You heard me? It's all good. You dig? So, all right. So tonight's topic by this being, women's awareness month. You know what I'm saying, and all that. So we giving tips to the ladies and we helping the ladies out. So I thought I'd bring the lady. You know what I'm saying? My co-host for week run up and week run down, the lovely Miss Ivy on here to help me out with that. Okay, so where we starting with the offender education, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, you could kick
Okay.
it off. Where we starting at?
Okay, I want to inform y'all on an app y'all can use to check in your neighborhood, whether you new to the neighborhood or been there for years, because people are moving in and out. You want to be safe and know who you're living next to. So this is the app here. I'm gonna turn my camera around. How do I turn it around?
I don't think they're gonna let you
Yeah,
on.
don't let me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to let them see what it looks like, because when I was trying to find it, it was like, can they see it? Can you see it?
a little. But what's the app called?
It's called Offender Watch, and I wanted to show them how it looked, because if you go into the wrong things, you will go into some some malware. And
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can.
so
Let me see
yeah, you're
if I
gonna
can.
see a family playing on the front of the main screen for the Offenders Watch. You'll put your address in, your location, and they'll give you a whole map of what's in your neighborhood.
You say it's a family plan.
It's a family plan on this first screen. Because if you don't go to the right one, it was just chaos trying to find it on a computer. I have it on my phone because we take phones with us all the time. That's where I mainly have everything at. But on the laptop or whatever, they give me a hard time. But I found it though. But it's a family plan. It's Offenders Watch, so you can be tuned on what's living around you. Even if you add the kids, if you got your kids' address to their schools, you can put it there too. Yeah, in places you normally send your kids. Do a search around that too.
Does offenders in the neighborhood, you as a woman, does that make you uneasy, or do you do you know that you're gonna be protected? Do you feel like you have to protect yourself and your kids? How does that make you feel?
Um, with what I've witnessed, you know what I'm saying? You have the offenders registration, but those who want to become the offenders that's registered is not the problem. The ones who are not registered is my problem. When you
Mm,
want to become a new offender,
right,
and I want to protect my kids. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not just men you have to look out for; it's women too.
right, right,
I'm
right.
looking since the pandemic. They have made a lot of news broad, so you're actually on the news seeing is a lot of women coming out doing the most too. So we're gonna protect our kids. I don't fear anything at this point. I always tell people when I enter lives because it's at that point. Take your kids to a martial art. Take up an art so they could defend themselves with their hands. Now you need to go take up an art too as a woman, but also go to the gun range and train.
Right, right.
Because even if you have a mate, your mate has to work. Your mate can't be around you all the time, so you need to be able to protect yourself. I don't know if y'all was paying attention to when they had these little substances on napkins and dollar bills. It's still
Hmm.
going on. They're just not putting it on the news, where people are, going unconscious behind this stuff. Y'all need
Hmm.
to be prepared. So they run up on you, they get the chop style. They run up on your kids, they get the chop style.
Right, right. Facts, facts. Um, this is just opinion, right? I'm just asking you. Do black women still trust the black men in the neighborhoods to protect them?
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You
What
got
I'm
to.
witnessing, what I'm witnessing on online itself, no, I don't think that they feel safe with them anymore. Just what they're saying. It's like I've seen a blame game of black women. I've seen to where they willing to switch whole countries and races. You know what I'm saying? And insulting black women while doing it instead of just doing their thing. So right now, I feel like the black woman's value has been belittled to where nobody is going to respect us. So we have to watch ourselves every which ways. And I'm not saying every man is doing that, but majority are switching ship. I'm watching. If you're paying attention, I go on every platform. Some platforms I can't speak on, but I'm just looking at the psychological. I'm grasping, getting out of Candyland. I'm grasping these people psychological, and it's screwed up. So I
Mm,
have to get out of that candy lane and be like, dang, that's my value. So if my value is that, imagine my children. They come from me. So if I feel like I'm in danger, it's a no brainer. My seeds are
facts. How do you think it got that bad?
delusional. People are living lives off TV. The things that I'm hearing them say, you never seen in real life. You're seeing off the TV. I've hung with multiple races of people, and the stuff that black men are asking for, they seen that on TV because it was like, oh, white women submit and this, that, and the third. I'm like, and they stay home and stay home wives. No, they're not. These
Mm-hmm.
women get out and work. They've been, if you think about the first little girl who went to all white school, who was her teachers before even black women even got to be teachers? They was white women. They would have been out there working. That's why they 400 years ahead of us, because they man and woman was working, and then they husbands get home and help them with the clothes, dishes, and everything. I'm just sitting up there like, wow, this is amazing. But I never would switch on my race. So it could be amazing all it wants to. I just gotta help my brothers get there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that, but I feel like we gotta decipher what's real and what's delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't put standards on each other that we, as a man and woman, wouldn't do ourselves. And then we're a partnership. You look bad, I look bad. You tired, you wore out. My partner is at its weakest state, and I'm not having it. That's how we should look at each other. You know what I'm saying? We
Yes, ma'am.
gotta,
Yes, ma'am.
we gotta actually, we got some mending to do. And I'm willing to, get here for man and woman and tell it, like, we have to realize what our flaws are when we being realistic or not. And I don't believe it. I don't want to repeat history. I don't want to do what the older generation did. I always tell Gen Z, y'all have to reinvent and do your own thing in order enough to survive, because you see what we've been doing ain't been working. So it's time for the new inventive ways. I don't care how y'all gotta do it. And we put
Fact.
it all together and what's working and get
Fact.
it together.
Hey, play my.
Hi,
Well,
Puma. You look so beautiful.
well, thank you. You as well. How y'all doing?
I'm
Cool,
doing
cool.
fine.
Introduce yourself and tell them what you represent, please.
I'm Play My. I am representing behind bars. My son and I. My son is Big Play, and I'm just Play My. I'm just in the background,
Yeah, yeah.
doing a podcast, a music podcast, basically where we go behind the bars of local, national artists and discuss the culture in real time. Like I always say, life lived is a bar, and so I'm not in agreement with everything that Miss Ivy is saying as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Ivy, this is the beautiful play my. The beautiful play my. This is the beautiful Ivy.
Nice
It's so
to meet
nice
you.
to meet you, honey.
You too.
What we were talking about, I asked Ivy, first of all, do you feel safe with, if you do, a offender in your neighborhood?
I think, I mean, asking, just piggybacking on what she's saying, asking if I feel safe as a Black woman, period.
Mhm.
Um, I would say no. And the reason that I say that is just because I just don't feel protected. Like she said, I don't feel valued by really a lot of times even my own community. You know what I mean? And so in that regard, I just don't think there is a real safe place to begin with. Now, as far as an offender is concerned, obviously, it I guess depending on what their offense is, I feel like I'm on guard, but I guess we never know who around us anyway.
Right, right.
Thank
But to piggyback off of what both of y'all said, because y'all about to make me change the subject, right? What is it like? How we gonna start with you, play mine. How did it get this bad that a black woman doesn't think not just the black man but her own community is not protecting her? How did it get this bad?
I think personally, I think we kind of just overcorrecting. And when I say overcorrecting, I mean, we go so hard, despite what people say, and we look around us, we know that Black women, we go hard for our community, for our men. It's just what we do. You know what I mean? No matter what the situation is, we rise to the occasion. But I
Behind a
think
strong black man is a strong black woman.
yeah, but I think in the midst of that, of our rising, and like you saying, us stepping forward in education and politics and things like that, somehow there's been this kind of resentment building against us because of that. And then you got all of these social media sites where everybody take their shot at us. You know what I mean? Everybody
Mhm.
taking shots at us for some reason. And I really don't understand that, and I don't see people coming to our defense, whether it's the young Black girls in the R. Kelly case, whether it's Meg the Stallion, whether it's Jada Pinkett Smith, whether it's the issue with Dwayne Wade's wife when she came out about her treatment on that show, and Terry Crews basically threw her under the bus. Nobody rallies behind us the way that we rally behind everybody else, and so that leads me to believe that we all we got sometimes. And I know there are some, I don't want to stereotype all Black men or all of our community, because there are some people that do it, but as a whole what you see on social media and on TV is what they kind of push, so you got to constantly fight against that narrative, and sometimes the narrative wins in my you know what I mean.
All right, I'm gonna give my 2 cents. Then we gonna take it to Ivy. I see the stuff you talking about, but it goes both ways. Um, we attack we attack each other. We attack each other on the man's side, right? I've seen they mad that woman chose to go get an education. I've seen that men are mad that black women are independent, so to speak. I've seen that they mad because they got careers and all that. And me personally, I say that's bullshit. Big ups to y'all, you know what I'm saying, for trying to get out there and do it yourself, for getting out there and doing it yourself. Some of y'all were left in them positions where y'all had to do it yourself. And I'm gonna start by saying that. But it's a and the submissive thing, right? You can't make a woman submissive. You have to be something to submit to. But me personally, I don't want my woman so like that's kind of like a I don't like that word. You know what I'm saying? So long as we rocking together and we like getting along, I ain't tripping up no submission because I don't want no weak woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the back and forth goes, I mean that's both of us. That's the men and the women and the the women it's a lot of disrespect and it's a lot of oh we could go to this race or that race and it's like we giving up on each other. So how we gonna keep the you know producing if we producing with everybody else? You know
I
what I'm
ain't giving up. So I mean, let's just put that out there. I ain't
saying?
giving up on mine. Like I don't see myself
Mm-hmm.
with anybody other than a black man. It's nothing like a black man to me. I'll never it's the way they walk, they talk, they swag, all of that is that's my desire. So I ain't giving up.
Miss Ivy, how did it get so bad? And where do we go from here?
In a way, it's black men's fault, but in a way, it's our fault because I feel like we didn't allow them to be men. You want to baby them; they're not your children. Stop picking up they slack every time they fall. Let them get themselves back up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you claiming you're an independent woman, ain't nothing like an independent man. They make y'all a power source. Every time he make a mistake, yeah, speak on it, babe. You could have did better, babe. You know, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This might happen or this might happen. But other than that, let them do what they do. Let them fall and let them pick themselves back up. We coddle them too much. You can't allow them to be men. So now that we asking them to evolve into grown men, which is help around the house. Hey, half y'all didn't let them help around the house. You wanted to cook everything. You wanted to clean everything. You wasn't growing with them. We was actually coddling them. Now half of them don't even know how to evolve. Don't know how to do this stuff. And it becomes like a crutch to them. You know what I'm saying? We handicap them on some stuff. Say not everybody, man and woman at war, and it's a lot of couples breaking up. And it's a lot of couples downing each other, like taking each other completely out. When it's just basically we have to say, this is what I do with my children's father. And I'm saying, he helps around the house, helps clean. I just sit back sometimes and just let him deal with his sons, deal with the kids. Say, I need you to be, if something was to happen to me today or tomorrow, you don't have to hurry up and pick up another woman because she could be a offender too. You don't have to run to a woman because you're capable. And then he's supposed to be putting me on game too. So where if something happened to him, I'm capable. I don't have to run another man. That is dangerous in both grounds. I could show you some times when stepmamas done downed males' biological children and men done downed or did the most to men's biological children because we rushed into something because we was codependent. So
Right.
I stop codepending each other. And I feel like that's evil in a sense. Because you
And
want I feel like it's evil because why would I sit there and hinder you and not put you on how to be independent yourself where you don't need me? To where,
Mm-hmm.
some men and women hold that as a crutch. You love the fact that he don't know how to clean dishes or he don't know how to do what he don't want to do. So
Mm-hmm.
he needs you for these things. I don't want him to need me. I want him to want me.
Mm.
Because
and two though, I'd say this too. We don't have the luxury of a battle of the sexes as black people. We
Facts,
got
because we
two
already
we
in the battle, period. You hear me?
right. We
Yeah,
don't have that
right.
luxury to constantly, and that's why I cannot stand these podcasts. I don't know how so many they put, and this is what they want to push. They put these black men on these podcasts, and the whole basis of every podcast is what's wrong with us. And see, I tell people this all the time. You never see podcasts with white men or Asian men or Hispanic men doing stuff like that
They
because
laughing.
they know that they can't achieve everything that they want to achieve without their woman behind them. So it behooves us to understand that that's what they want because they know that the black man, and I believe this, black man is the only person that's really going to actually be able to topple the patriarchy that is in place now. But that he can't do it without a black woman. You never see a black man
Patriarchy
go
is a
from
trap.
nothing to something without a black woman. With any other race of woman behind him, he'll never get there.
Patriarchy is a trap.
Yes.
It hinders men. It hinders us.
Well,
Just
I
like we
don't
try,
wait,
just
wait,
like we
wait.
trying to get all
Wait.
races of people together and
Mhm.
stop acting retarded behind a skin color. We trying to get man and woman together too to work as a team. Also, this is what they're
Right.
trying to stop. The
Mhm.
word submit. Somebody tried to battle me on that word. I said you need to look up the definition of submit. And I don't know no superior being to submit
Mhm.
to anything. And then, far as I'm concerned, them white folks called themselves superior when they put us in slavery. So what
Right.
you're doing right now, while y'all fearing the law that they're making in Mississippi, trying to bring back the Jim Crow laws, maybe you conjured it up when you kept asking for submission with the slave master asked for. I said y'all gotta
Mhm.
watch what y'all saying. Because you don't know what you're conjuring up. You're conjuring up your slave masters and you're gonna be your ancestors. I said, don't do that. Let's be smart.
All right, but this how I think about it. To piggyback off of what y'all say, I agree with what you say, Ivy. Sometimes the black woman does um use the black man and as a crutch, right? Um, but this is what I'm saying, and this is what I tell my little homies when they be like, "Woo, right?" If you live with her, and if she paying the bills, I don't care if she on Section 8 or not, right? How are you being a man? Where is the man of the house coming in at? So you can't expect to be respected as a man if you're not doing man shit. Now, on the other hand, me personally, I don't believe in that submit thing, so I can't really comment on that because I don't want no woman submitting to me. Like I'm me, you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be side by side than to be, you know what I'm saying? Like
But
when it
that's
And
the
comes
then,
down.
thing.
then
That's the thing,
The
though. I
Bible
think.
tells you what happens.
But I was gonna say, I think people are misusing the idea of submission.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't bowing down to somebody. It's somebody because I don't believe that you can let a man be a man. You either a man or you
Oh,
ain't.
you not?
I
Yeah, that's
don't
what I'm
have to
saying.
let you be a man. If you the
Right.
man, you come in, you have a vision for your household, you have a plan, and I'm here to help you get it done.
Right.
That's not, and
Right.
that's submission is
That's
working together.
submission.
He
Yes.
submit to
It's
me
your
I'm
vision.
sometime, I submit to
not.
him sometime.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I'm talking about the actual definition of the word. Everybody keep trying to, place their own definition on the word. I looked in the dictionary what the word means. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't delegate that word. That's
Mm-hmm.
a spell you putting on yourself, our whole race, our men and our women.
Mm-hmm.
They first we all was submitting. Well, our ancestors was submitting. Let me not put that we on it because we free. We I ain't gonna do that to us. But we all our ancestors was submitting, all of them, man and woman and children. You understand what I'm saying? I want to do away with that word because it's witchcraft. Now we got to worry about the Jim Crow laws. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like I posted all kind of stuff on my page. This man talking about he want lynching back on the board. When I tell you we conjuring up some stuff by using that word, let's do away with it. I
But
mean,
I'm gonna tell y'all.
we
I'm gonna
can
tell
find
y'all like this.
another word.
Mm-hmm.
We can find another word for companionship or something. We working as a team and giving into. Let's say giving into our mates, because I don't that word there. Uh,
Because that's really what
But
it is. It's give and
yeah,
take. Give and
it's
yeah,
take.
giving
it's
into.
it's
That's
it's
it.
it's a lot of shit. But women have a part to play in that too, right? Because, like you say, you always want to pick up the pieces. You always want to, you know what I'm saying, come back and woo de woo. You don't make nobody take accountability of not being a man, or, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying, this and that. But you
hmm
gotta know when to back your man, and you gotta know when to let your man get back on his own. And some of y'all ladies be doing that shit on purpose though. Y'all, you know that y'all move a man in, y'all do this, you do that for control. You see what I'm
For
saying? To
control.
But
control.
but answer me this though, Peanut. This
Right.
good again goes back to you a man. I
Mm-hmm.
can't move you in if you running
I'm
your
not
own
moving in with no woman.
business. I can't
I'm not
move
moving
you
in with no
in
woman.
and out if you
Uh-huh.
running your own business. When when
Facts.
when you when you allow a woman to start doing that, you throwing
You
off, like you say, you ain't gonna never feel like a man,
you
no
throw
matter
off
what
the
I do.
balance. And this all that y'all want a nigga to communicate and show their feelings and all that. Y'all really curring these niggas. You feel me?
But
No,
just
wait,
out of
wait.
no, it's out of
No,
necessity.
it's not feelings. We
No.
want we say if you had a rocky ass day out there in
Mhm.
them streets, I do not want you to hold that in. When you come across this threshold, when I tell you I put salt across my door seal so no spiritual nothing can come up in this house. So
Mhm.
whatever came try to come in this house not gonna happen. But if you still carrying something, I want to be there. What am I here for? If you can't just say, man, I had a
You're
effed
not
up
here
day.
for that. You're not here for that. You're not
And
here for the
that's I
streets.
hear a lot of
I'm here
men
for
say
it.
You're
that.
not here for the streets. You here for everything else. The street shit is different. If it got me like this, right? Why would
See,
I
that's
bring
how
that
men
on you?
think. That's how
Why would
men
I?
think.
Yeah.
I was
Why
gonna
would I
say
put
that.
that on you?
That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't say nothing because whatever you don't get out, I don't care if you gotta go to the bathroom and cry. Well, I don't see it. You gotta get it out somehow, or it's gonna
Miss
backfire
Ivy.
on one of us one day.
And this is what I
I
always
don't
say.
want
I
y'all to
say
bottle in.
they don't have friends that they can spill to because they feel like they're gonna be less of a man. They don't want to spill to their
That's
woman
not
because
true.
they don't want to speak to the, but I've seen it. They don't talk. I've seen it. They won't talk to
I
their
went to
friend about what they're going through, and they don't want to tell you because they don't want to appear weak. So they're not telling anybody. They won't get therapy, and it's bottled up.
on
Nine
like if you
times
have
out of
a
ten,
problem,
that
like
friend
if you
already
have
know.
a like if
Nine
you have a
times out
problem
of
with your mate,
good.
if
Hmm.
you have a problem with your mate, it's people that will go to outside sources instead of their mate. You
That's
have a
pillow
problem with
talking.
your damn mate, pillow talking, and don't know these people in the streets don't give two flying f's about you. They don't know your mate, but what you tell them, and you probably ain't telling them actual facts, and you not thinking like, oh, I shouldn't take their advice because I ain't telling them the whole story or the real
It,
story or
it's
however it went. But you're supposed to be going to your mate and finding out what's wrong and how can we fix this, not nobody else.
well,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you
I
misinterpret the
don't.
truth.
I believe that, but I look at it like this: where's your source of what you call that advice coming from? Are you going to your grandma? Are you going to your mama? Are you going to an OG? Or you going to one of your little partners that won't fuck your girl anyway?
If
But
you
listen, you should not be
if you
going
married,
to
you're
your
not supposed to be going to none of them.
none of
Nah,
them,
I
and
got
that's the whole
I
When you
point.
get that.
marry, you're not
No.
supposed to
My mama, hold up. My mama, she was married before me, right? She knows me, right? She's the best, she's the only one that
Peanut,
knows me, and
peanut,
I value her opinion and her
peanut.
advice.
But
Now,
you
no,
essentially you
mama, it's
recreating
not
the
that wrong.
issue already because that's the problem.
what?
Men, we always talk about men are too heavily influenced by women, right? So then you're gonna
Mhm.
get married, and then you're gonna go to your mama and your grandmama and all of these same sources that everybody keeps saying is the problem because women is
Who said
raising
they the
boys.
problem though?
They
Who
say it
said they the
all the
problem?
time. They
Who is
blame
they? Who is
they
they?
blame
Um,
they blame single black mothers for everything that's wrong in the black
Y'all do.
community.
Y'all
No,
blame
no,
single
we
black
don't.
mothers.
No,
Who?
we don't.
Y'all be like, oh no, you young man, you ain't had no daddy, your mama, this and that. Come on now,
But
come on now.
that's not blaming us. And I'm not into the blame game. But what I'm saying
my
is,
thing is this: I don't give no excuses to nobody. I don't care if
no.
you had one finger, two fingers, a mama, no daddy, a daddy, no mama. You know exactly how you want to be treated. You know right from wrong. So I'm holding you accountable, not your childhood, not
By the
none of that. Now,
time
if
you
you
get
get off the
right,
square, you need to
It's
find
not the it's
yourself
not
and
the
go, and
thing
then
of
come
want to
back
be
to me.
treated. It's not the thing of want to be treated. Sometimes I want to know from a reliable source if I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? I need to know. I'm not gonna go to my little partner. You heard me? I'm not gonna go to one
how
of my
about your
female
father? How about a male? A
So you
male?
need to get a
because I need a woman's point of another woman's point of view. Because I already think I'm right. Why would I go to a man and he gonna feel the same way about me? I need to know from a woman's point of view, from a
Well,
reliable source, if I'm right or if I'm wrong. My
Why you
mama gonna
can't
keep
work through it with your partner though? That's your
because we
partners.
into it. We into it. How you gonna work and you fuck? You know, if I feel like I'm right and you feel like you right,
It ain't
who
a
gonna give
fight
in?
to be right though. It's not
Who
a
gonna
see,
fight
give
to
that's
in?
be
what I'm
right.
saying. When it comes to giving into each other, that wouldn't even be a problem.
I'm
Right,
not
because
about
Because
it's
to.
not a
If
fight to
I'm
be
not, if
right.
I'm right,
pride,
if I'm right, I'm not giving in. Fuck all that. I'm right.
pride, pride, and ego is the prime weapon to ruin a
It don't have
relationship.
nothing
And
to do with pride. It's
the
right and it's
only
wrong.
reason you would
It's a
think you
right way
right,
and a wrong way.
the only way you would think you right without a shadow of a doubt, without reevaluating yourself, because you at this point I'm 35 years old, 36.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I got that little voice in my head to tell me, hey, I'm thinking about this shit. I don't care if nobody get offended, but I talk to myself sometimes. Hey,
I
was I
do
right
too.
or was I wrong? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's our best consulting, because people out there, I can tell you right now, I don't have the type of mama that's gonna give me mature advice, and I don't
I
think she
do.
has my best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? My
Mine
daddy
do though.
passed away, so they kind of immature. So she can't give me no advice, no mature advice, because she's immature. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta decipher this on my own. Like,
But
really,
here's
like,
the thing though.
I don't have. I don't. Go ahead.
It's
Go ahead.
not a it's not a fight to be right. That's the problem already, because if you just
mhm.
looking to be right, you're not looking to understand their point of view. You're not looking to understand why they feel the way they feel. You just
You just
looking for a win.
look,
No, 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 no,
you just
no.
gave me a
I'm
stand.
looking for the
You,
right. I'm looking
look.
for, okay, if I feel this way and I feel strongly about feeling this way, right?
Nobody
It's a
can tell
right.
you how to feel. Feelings is not you can't dictate feeling. You can't dictate feeling. I could feel any kind of way because it's how I feel. It's not right or wrong. You need
Mm-hmm.
to understand why they feel like that. It's what you need to understand and not be looking for a win. It's not.
Look,
It's
and look, I
not, no,
came up with
wait.
a
It's
friend. As
not
soon as you
looking
said
for
that,
a win. It's looking for common ground. If I can't understand why they feeling like that, and most of the time, I'm going to tell y'all, when I'm upset, all that understanding go out the window. You see what I'm saying? But that's the same for women too. But at the same time, if it's something that I feel strongly about, I want that motherly advice. You see what I'm saying? From a woman that's gonna tell me, son, you wrong, you tripping, or
okay.
son, you right.
If you have that type of mother, I'm gonna say it's like this: if you have that type of mother who will grab your grandchildren, actually be a grandmother,
Mm.
who is full of wisdom and saluting to her age and actually at grasping her age, you can trust her wisdom. You know when somebody got wisdom and when they don't. You know you can get
Exactly.
somebody and you can't.
Well,
But
Ivy, give us the saying. Give us the saying
let
you
me tell
said
you
you
the thing:
had.
if you're looking to be right, you can always be wrong.
Hey.
It's not looking to
Always be
be
wrong.
right. Hold up. Ain't no
And I
A.
came
Ain't
up
no
with that.
A.
That's
You
a
just called
Ain't no
and
A.
gave
hey.
that to
It's
me.
a
You gave
second.
it to me.
It's a second opinion. That's all. That's how.
I,
Let's
That's
see. But
all
you
I
know
do.
who mature enough and who not. We got friends that we know ain't, girl, I ain't never gonna tell you nothing because you can love
It,
some and the
but
hunt
but see,
but
be out here.
listen though, you got to get to a place to where
You can
you
discern
can
on your own.
discuss with your partner about it. You got to be able to do that. You have
but
to.
when it
I
turns from a
agree.
discussion to an argument, then you have to bring that third party in, whether she knows it or he knows it or not. You got to bring a reliable, so not your partner. Not I'm talking about a OG,
But
somebody.
say your mama's no longer here. Who
I
you
don't.
gonna
I
Man,
can't.
stand?
I can't speak on that
do
because
you
mine's
know how
dead.
many
So
people I know that's married who always say, don't bring your parents and outside people
outside
into
of
your
But
stuff?
they gon'
That's
that's
number one
look,
that's
thing they
y'all
say.
might have made a
that's
mistake and
true.
popped
But
off
I
so
don't have
hard.
that type of mama.
It ain't
I don't
about
have that
that
type of
type.
mama.
It's just about
Wait.
outside people
I'm gonna
being in it.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. Okay, I liked the, you know what I'm saying? My brother was dating this girl. I liked the girl so good, you know what I'm saying? But then she did something that I felt wasn't right. And my brother would continue to see her. But I didn't want to see her no more because I wanted to put the hands on her.
Hmm.
So if you want to continue with this person, do not bring your issues
To your people.
to your people, because they're gonna always feel a type of way, or they're gonna feel it upon themselves. They need to break you up or tell you little stuff
That's
that I have.
immaturity.
It's
No,
That's
not.
immaturity.
It's
this is
just
That's
look, and
immature.
the
they don't
subconscious
love
mind.
that person like you love that person. So you
Exactly.
get
Immature.
past it.
They all have to do is say a comment, something fly.
Thank
The
you.
subconscious mind is powerful, and people know what they're doing. Is they put a little cookie in, and there you go. It ain't grew at that moment, but it's gonna grow in your mind. Like, you
It's
know,
like you say, Ivy, because your loved one don't love that person like you love them. They love you. So when you confide in them something that person done did,
and you
you
might not mean no harm by going
right,
to tell
you
your family,
might get
but they done
past it.
took it to the
Yeah,
riffraff.
and
See,
they can't let it go.
I don't have that to worry about though, because
Okay,
my people, like, they
I
not like that.
give.
They not like that. Like, if I'm having a problem, like, I'd rather go to my mama than a stranger. So
But my
all right,
thing
somebody
is,
say counseling, right? I don't talk my business to no stranger, because that's
well,
just
Well,
everything is opinion based.
well,
these
you looking
people,
for
marriage
opinions.
counselors are professionals at keeping
Thank
marriages
you.
together. But you're gonna go to
But
If your mama
your
been married
people
for over
who going
30
wait,
years,
wait,
she's
wait,
a
bro. Listen to
professional
me.
too.
she
Listen to
not a
me. Cause
professional.
we all,
Yeah,
cause we all
how? That's
look.
experience.
That
That's
outside professional, that marriage counselor don't got no feelings and no emotions
Right.
involved. They can't get
exactly.
angry.
No
They can't
stake
do
in the
nothing.
game.
They
They
don't
can
know
only
what's
listen to
going
your
on.
side and her
Right,
side and make a
right.
perspective. But our family, if they really love you, they gonna
They
feel some type.
biased.
They gonna
No,
feel some
I
type
They
don't
of way.
have that. I don't,
biased.
and that's why I go to my mama, because I know
She
it's
hiding it.
it's
She got to
unbiased.
have
I'm a
bias,
I'm
Peanut.
a
It's
mother,
whether
a daughter, and a sister.
But that's you. It's different strokes, different folks. Everybody. My
Hey, I'm
mama.
ready for mine.
Look, if she bred me and she bred my brother, right? You could tell how we was raised from me. You see what I'm saying? I keep it real. I don't lie. I be myself. That's it. My mama knows me, and she gonna tell me, and she's not scared of me. Some mamas are scared of their sons, and some mamas
But
don't
you
like their sons.
forgot the
Some
prime
mamas don't
answer
like
I
their
asked you.
sons.
I
Somebody,
asked you if something was to happen to your mom, and
I don't answer questions like that. I
no,
don't
I'm
answer
not,
questions like
that's
that.
why I'm about to say you ain't let me finish. I don't want to hoax it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Lord forbid you let me finish that. Lord forbid, because we don't want that to happen to nobody. Who would you go to? Who can you trust? Our moms are only here temporarily. I'm saying this because I'm a mama. And the prayer I said when I had my kids was, "Let me be here until they don't need me no more."
right.
If
I
if
don't. I
if
don't.
anything, how would you? Because you're supposed to be. We supposed to be maturing to our own discernment. So
I
well, we
don't
don't
have
have
this
to go.
pro. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we don't have to go to outside sources. That little voice in your head will be evaluating you for you.
I don't have this problem though, y'all. Y'all talking about. I. I. All right.
It's
It
just
is
human
mamas out
nature,
there,
though. It's just
huh?
human nature. That's like me.
Nah,
I
mama.
tell my
See,
son,
it.
I
It
tell
ain't
my
gonna.
son right and wrong. I
Mhm.
tell him when he wrong. I tell him if he right. I tell him
Right.
if his
Right.
music garbage. I tell him all of that. And I no, cause I like you say, I'm keeping it real. But
Yeah.
at the heart of it, he's still my son. And
Hmm.
so even when I'm telling him right, if I hear something that somebody done did bogus to him, that sticks with me.
I'm
Right. As a
That
trying to
sticks
mother.
tell
with
him
me
As
because
now.
a mother.
We
Right.
ride it out.
But
We gonna ride it out
we
because
gonna
that's
ride it
who we want
out.
to be with. But the dead pop off, it pops off. You know what I'm saying?
It,
We gonna ride it out because
that's
you love
regard.
them,
yeah.
That should be a given. If it,
but you don't
that
love
should be a
that.
given.
You
That should
don't
be
love
a
that
given.
because that's what ends up having fights
Till
at
this,
barbecues and stuff.
listen, till this
I've been
day,
holding it in
till
for the
this
longest.
day,
Mhm.
he told me about a situation with one of his little girlfriends, right?
And you,
And
don't put
wait
my
a
dog
minute,
business out
wait,
like that. You ain't
it's
about to,
on, it's
we
on,
ain't going here. You
it's
ain't about to
on
put
though.
my dog business out like, I
I ain't gonna
got to
put him
play,
out there.
baby. I
I ain't
got to
gonna put him
play.
out there like that. But listen, I never
Anonymously.
I never forget that. And he back cool with the chick, right? I
Mhm.
still don't like this girl.
Right. But
I
you
don't say
still gonna
nothing.
give him unbiased information and what they call that? Uh advice, right?
Yeah.
Because if you give him the wrong advice, he gonna take that advice, right? If you give him some advice off of just because you don't like this girl, how are you helping him?
But I wouldn't do that, and I
But
haven't
there's
raised him
mothers
to
out
be
there
like
like
that.
that, and how do you
I don't
know?
have
There
that
are.
problem, so I can't
It's,
speak
But
on
we're
it.
not talking about just you,
we
though.
don't
We're talking about
know that
the macro, the whole. A
that we
lot of
talk
people
I
do.
about.
can't speak. I can't. My mama just.
You know, if you ever watch me or you listen to me speak, I am all for human evolution, meaning evolving into a mental state to know when you need to go take a breather and to yourself and self chastise. Because it's gonna be a time when we ain't gonna have those same people. We're gonna be in a dark corner. And you don't want to be having to go to the wrong people and they sketch you up. And the next thing you know, they with the person you was with. Done told you all this bull crap. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to get to a point where you able to chastise yourself. Hey, y'all, it's the
Yes.
before the conversation get worse. Cause I have, it took me a minute because when I was young, I'd pop off. I'll tear nigga heart out of chest. He say one thing I don't like. Oh, you trying to tear my heart out of my chest? I'm gonna rip your urn up. But at this age, I realized I need to watch what I say because it's some things you can't take back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's self-check.
Self-check, and I'm old enough to do that now. But if we can get the youth to doing it now, I'll be on my kids, giving them the wisdom that I have, trying to teach them emotional competence, because
Yes.
that's really what it is. Within the argument, we getting all emotional, said
Now
something.
Now I'm gonna keep it real. I'm tit for tat, nigga. You tit, I tat.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
You
we
tit,
from
I
the
tat.
boot.
I'm petty too. I've been saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
all the time. I'm so petty.
it
I'm
ain't
working
about.
on it
I'm not
though.
about to.
From the
Look,
boot, we
I hold
going.
grudges. I hold grudges.
Yeah,
I beef. You
You
understand?
gotta let
If you
that
want to
go.
beef, we can
you
beef.
go.
It's like my mama
Hey,
know me,
let it
right?
go, Peanut. Let
So
it go.
no,
That's what I'm
nope,
saying.
nope. And she know
But
me, and she know where I'm gonna take it at. So
you, it
she's
sounds like
not
you
gonna.
know you too.
I do know me.
Right.
It sounds like you know you too.
That's
So
why
you
I go
know
get
when you
that
wrong.
extra advice.
So
That's
you
why I
know
go get
when
that
you wrong.
extra
Okay.
advice
You
because
know.
yeah,
You just evolved right there.
He looking for a W.
no, I'm calling in for the
A
kill.
W.
You heard me?
That's what I'm
It's more
saying.
than a win for me. I'm trying to I don't know. I just got to.
You gotta get out of that because
I
Yeah,
do,
man.
you
but until then, I'm gonna call moms. You feel me? Because when I get mad, and this for anybody, but when I get mad, my thinking get cloudy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't help how mad I get yet, but I do know when I get mad, I don't think straight. So
what's your
that's why.
sign?
Go ahead.
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus, but you ain't about to do all that Taurus stuff
I was
because
about
yeah,
to
we did
say,
Wait,
that
y'all
hold
about to
on,
bring out
because
the
you
tarot
got
cards
you
of
look, you got them
us.
horns like I got them horns. I'm an Aries, and that's what's coming out. You got the
No.
sharpen. You can sharpen them horns for the outside, but not for your meat. That's what I had to learn as an Aries, because
First of all,
we got a
hold
fire
up.
flame.
We gonna get this out the way right now, right? Ain't Aries ain't nothing like no Taurus. You heard me? We are the best. The
No,
Oh
we
best.
is the
boy.
best.
We are
Oh
the
The
best.
boy.
best. I'm a
No, we
We are
not.
the
I'm
best.
an Andy
So
voice.
I got to stop you
What they
right
say
there.
down
You're
there?
not
Who
about to
that?
put no Aries and no Taurus in the same thing. Yes, that.
No,
Hold up.
but
Let
look,
the
I had
cat
a
show.
Taurus friend. Me and my Taurus friend got along so good.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Mm-hmm.
along so good. So
They
All
don't
right, let
about
me
to
ask y'all
they
something. Let me
about to
ask y'all
switch the
something.
signs on y'all while y'all
Do,
claiming that they
I
tried to
know, right?
move it.
I know, right?
You're gonna be a
let
new
me
sign.
ask y'all something. Do y'all take that that the sign thing, right? Do y'all take that as face value? Like that's how y'all judge people?
No, I don't.
I
Mm-hmm.
do, I do to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
because when I read mine, the fire sign is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the characteristics, like I said, I just started working on. I realized what the flaw of an Aries is, and I
What is
started
it?
working on it
What
because
is it?
we are gods of war. When we get mad, we want to burn the city down,
Man, y'all scarism.
and we
Man.
up and we up
Man,
Let me put
we
my charger
upfront.
on.
We're
you
gonna tell you the truth, whether you like to hear it or not. We're gonna tell
you
you the
gonna
truth.
have to let loose on Pete Dot Nut the
I'm
General.
telling you,
He
come
trying
here,
you.
He just be cooking.
Show them what they do.
See,
Show them what
Leo.
they
No,
Oh,
do.
no,
y'all
no,
Leo's off the chain
no,
too.
no.
Y'all the
I ain't
five
doing
signs.
that.
Yeah,
I
he
ain't doing
doing
that.
way
Like
too
I said, look,
much.
and I'm gonna keep it real, right? I told y'all I hold grudges, but I do it on the slick, right? Y'all tried to get
No.
up on us men when we first started. So I'm
No,
holding
I
that.
didn't.
It's beef now. You hear me?
It's
Now
beef.
it's gonna be friendly beef, but it's smoke now. Y'all can't play me and my people like that.
It's some smoke in the city.
It's smoke.
Okay, let's see
It's
it.
smoke. But okay. Let me while I got y'all, while I got the women on here, we gonna start with you, Miss Ivy. What can we do as men, in your opinion, to be back in a black woman's good graces, so to speak?
Ooh, that's a tough question because I never predicted it to happen.
Oh, see, that's why it's smoke. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. Look, it's not to
That's
be
why.
funny. It's
Uh-huh.
not to be funny, but this is why I wanted to start, like, coming on lives and stuff. We do have petty sides. We do have egos. If we don't self-check and start doing the work to ourselves before we even step to our black woman or our black man, we not gonna get it done. And I feel like, I'm not saying we would never get it done, but we got some work to do. I mean, self-evaluations. If we don't do that, because that's all I see is pointing fingers. You're just going to pointing fingers. But did you look in the mirror when them other 10 was pointing back at you? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's my grandfather saying right
Oh, baby,
there. You
them
point,
old folks
look how
left us a
many
bunch of
back at
them.
you.
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
see,
They left us a
you know what I figured? Hold up, Ivy. You know what I figured? Y'all two agree a lot, right? But y'all just, you know what I'm saying? I'm under attack. But it's all good. Yeah,
No,
I'm
No,
under, yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all for evolution. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I don't call birthday a birthday. I call it evolution day because you get a little more wisdom. If you around here not getting the wisdom, what are you here for? We getting
Right.
old and doing the same shit. We gotta
Mhm.
look at what we doing. First off, back then we seen what our ancestors did. It did not work. So it's our time to reinvent everything that's not working. And in order to do that, we need to see what's the source of the problem. If we keep pointing a finger at each other instead of pointing it back at ourselves and see how we can fix ourselves, how can we give?
Well,
Because we're
okay,
supposed to be
let me
here
ask
giving.
you this, right? What specifically are you talking about when you say when we look at our ancestors and that didn't work? What specifically, if I'm saying that word right, y'all know I got the, you know what I'm
Specifically.
saying? Don't do me that, play man. Don't do me. Don't do me that.
I
But
thought you was looking for an assist. Sorry.
I'm gonna
what?
say I'm just gonna say what the general says.
Uh-huh.
The general is asking for, why I don't know, because the math is not mathing. They want housewives again. I'm gonna say the men are looking for housewives again, and submission with the price of the eggs. Why I don't know. I don't think they're doing that. We're not gonna make it.
Ground meat is hot, huh? Ground
And
meat is
I'll be
$20.
I'll be
You
a
hear me?
housewife as long as you take care of everything. I'll be a
And that's what I'm
housewife.
saying. And
my
to y'all
thing is this.
defense, right? Can you
Okay,
afford for this
No,
woman
they
not to go to
can't.
work?
No, they
You know what I'm
can't.
saying? How you know, Miss Playmont?
Because I
See, that's what I'm
know
saying.
they
We
can't.
even
under
if
attack. Yes. You hear me?
even if even
Mhm.
if my man can afford my load and his own load, why would I want all the responsibility on his back?
Listen,
Men
this
are very egoistic. You want to be able to say, I could buy this, I can buy that, I can take care of my whole family, but in deep down inside, man, you stressed out. I done seen it from grandfather, daddy. They stressed the fuck out.
Everybody's stressed, especially black people.
Well, our job is to make sure we
well
pick
see
up the
this,
load some for each other, so we don't be too stressed.
this is what I say.
What you
If
say,
it's
Playmont?
if for them to get back in good graces, what you're saying, I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily think they're out of my good graces because I'm perceptive enough to understand that everything that they push on social media is not the full reality. So I
That's where
know
this shit started at. It didn't actually
it
start
is.
with a black man and a black woman. This shit started on social media.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So I understand that everything, the majority of what we see is not necessarily an exact reflection of reality. But to me, it's going to take dedication to your own. And, people get uneasy when I talk about this. So I just talk about it in reference to myself. I am dedicated to Black people.
Mm.
You know, I'm dedicated to uh, everything that I have to offer, giving that to a Black man.
Mm.
And so I'm invested in that. And so I'm never you know, all this, they gonna go to another country and find this. I'm not about that. I'm about trying to figure out and committing to making it work with my Black brothers. And it takes commitment, and it takes not giving up just because it don't look good, and not giving up just because it's hard, because you know that's what I'm committed to. So I think we have to commit to one another and building each other up, because we do so much. And like she said, it don't even be reality. They always talking about women want a man to take care of them. And I always tell them, look around your own life. 90%
My
of the women you know
my
is
mama
taking
said.
care of a man.
My
Let's be
mama
real.
said, "You keep coming to me, getting your advice, baby, and that's what I'm gonna do."
Well,
You
go
heard me?
ahead.
Y'all ain't gonna stop me from
Go
doing
Mama,
ahead.
that.
no,
My
wait, wait,
mama
wait, wait, wait,
than
wait,
than
wait,
me.
wait.
Yeah.
Let me talk to Mama. Mama, I mean, no offense. I just want to make sure, worst case scenario, he don't have to go to an enemy. He knows how to self evaluate, and that's the power of your chi. Now he
Yeah.
got the blessing is that you still have your mama. You
Wait.
able to go
For the
keep
people who
going.
don't know, for the people who don't know what cheat is, break it down for them, Ivy.
Being knowing your perks and your flaws. No,
Mm-hmm.
able to self-check, self-evaluate, get in tune with your emotions. I want people to Google that. Google
EQ.
and
EQ instead of IQ.
yeah, and I wouldn't mind a little IQ too, because some people, what I'm saying, kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was like, I'm single. So I was like, I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the acting like y'all ain't even past elementary school. So he was like, I'm single. I said, hey, do you add a body to your body? I said 1 + 1 = 2. Okay. So that's not a single number here. There's two people there. You're not single. So
Well, they
you know
say
what I'm
you are
saying?
one. They say you won. So
When
No,
you're
no, 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 no,
married,
no, no, no. You're married. When you're married, you
you're
won.
married, you won.
You're married, you won. Not just, you know what I'm saying? And then let me tell you
And
how.
wait, Ivy, just 1 second. I'm gonna let you finish. And you know what it said about that? You leave your mother and your father, and you cleave
Become one. You
to
become
the other
one.
one. So you got to leave
hold
mama
up.
and
Hold
daddy
up. Them type of
behind.
cliches are not allowed on the Two Nola podcast. Them type of cliches are not allowed here on the Two Nola
I'm sorry.
podcast.
I'm
It's
You
sorry.
not
hear
Go
me?
ahead,
We
Ivy.
advocate
so
for the mamas. You hear me? On the
Ain't
Two
nothing
Nola
wrong with it.
podcast. But at the same time, I do value my mamas. And I value the fact that I could go to her for
That's a
genuine
blessing.
advice,
it's a
and
blessing.
she's not gonna be biased. Now she may not like my spouse,
She
right?
gonna be a little biased. I'm telling you, I'm a mama.
She's not, because I wouldn't. If she was, I wouldn't go with her. I wouldn't go to her
Now my
because I
thing
know
is,
it.
I
Go ahead,
got
go ahead.
I got brothers that come to me about everything. I mean, secretive things I really don't want to know about, but I prefer for you to come to me than anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm
I
not
wonder if
biased.
my mama say
I'm
that
not
when I
biased.
come
You
to her.
wrong, you wrong. And when you right, you right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. And
Half the time they be
sometimes,
wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
here you go. There you go. But sometimes, just like me, I can't speak for nobody else, but I'm gonna say this. If I'm into it with my spouse, that's a woman. Why would I go to a man to understand if I'm wrong with a woman?
I
You see
can
what I'm
tell you
saying?
why. I can tell you why.
Tell me.
So if there's a
yeah,
man, if there's
Mm-hmm.
a man who's
Mm-hmm.
been married,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you he's been in the shoes that you in that state.
Mm-hmm.
And he can tell
yeah,
you how a woman responded to him when he reacted a certain way, things that he said, and how it worked out for him. Because no matter what your mama tell you, she can tell you what a woman think, but she can't tell you when she did that how the man felt. And the man
yeah.
can give you that perspective.
I don't trust. I
It's
don't
a
trust
blessing to have
people
both.
that much. I don't trust people that much.
You got trust issues, P. You need therapy.
I'm from New Orleans. What you think? What you think? You
You
can't
need
trust these
therapy.
niggas.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Me
Mm-hmm.
and you, we see eye to eye,
Mm-hmm.
mama. But at some points we don't, because like when you were saying, I don't believe what's on the internet. This is particularly coming out of these people's mouths, so it would be
Oh, yeah.
delusional of me not to believe what's coming out of their mouths. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I believe
And
it.
and since they called black women delusional, I'm gonna have to stop acting delusional. I have to hold you accountable for what's coming out of your mouth, and I have to hold you accountable for your actions. Stop acting like, oh, I can fix him, I can mold him to play Bob the Builder. No, I'm gonna pay attention to what you're doing right now. Whatever it says, we're gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying?
Now
I
Whoever
I
you
understand
are
believe.
that.
right
No,
I
now,
I
understand that.
absolutely
But
believe
it
that. I
sounds.
just meant. Hold on, Peanut. I just meant that I
Ooh.
don't want to. I don't want to take that and apply it to everybody that I come
everybody,
across,
yeah,
but
you
I
right,
definitely
you
believe them
right,
because it's
yeah,
too in your face
that's,
not to believe it.
yeah, and you
See
right.
y'all
You don't
too.
treat
See
everybody
y'all
the
too. I'm gonna have to separate y'all because y'all on some woman bonding shit, and I'm
Well,
just here by myself. You understand? Y'all ain't about to do me that. You heard me? So I'm gonna
but
have to
you know
separate.
what?
You got to sit on the other
It,
side of the class, Isaac. I
you
got to
done,
move y'all desks from by each other. You heard me?
you can't be like that. You're the king of the panel, sir. So you a part
right.
of it.
No,
You know
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no.
saying?
But
You know what I'm
this,
saying?
I feel like this, dude. It is certain parts of the stuff on the internet that is true. But I think that certain parts are pushed on people instead of them organically feeling that way.
Coming up with,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
you
Like
know,
the
I
Because
talked
they
it's
about.
know
like the
they
whack.
know
It's
it
like
give
them
them
whack
something.
ass songs, right, on the radio. You don't like it, but you hear it and you hear it and hear it, and now what? You
Yeah,
know
you're
all the words.
singing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
You know
Yeah.
what?
It's about
Um,
time y'all let me
I
make a
I believe.
point.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I ain't
Mm-hmm.
Well,
saying
I
nothing
believe.
else.
I'm gonna sound off your point. I believe what I do believe. I'm a quote old boy off Django. What I do believe is they box. You know what I'm saying? They box.
It
Ain't no
is
way in the
some.
world all y'all can't get together and come together as a community. But y'all came together on this. The government hit that MK Ultra button and y'all around here boxing. That's it.
No, and that's just what I
I
was
need y'all
saying
to
too.
come
It's
together
like
on some
it's
business.
too.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, you hitting
So
it
if
on
All
the
of us
head.
somebody,
poking at each other.
let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. If somebody was to blame about the beef, would it be the man or the woman?
I'm not even gonna answer that
Well,
for you to
I
take me off the
I can't
show.
really answer that because I wasn't here from the beginning. Look, I
Yeah.
can't. I didn't know who started it, but I can say this:
Well, you were. You don't
MK
think this is
Ultra is
new?
all of them.
You don't think this is new though?
It's the
About
the extent
about
the extent of it is new, fairly
yeah,
new. Like
yeah. Going
the
to a whole nother country and
yeah.
all that. Yeah, that's I mean, how did it get
Oh
this
no, they've
way?
been going to other countries.
But I
Right,
mean,
but
No,
they
they've been
like,
wasn't
going to
throwing
other
in each
countries,
they
but
wasn't throwing
they
it
ain't
in
putting.
each other
That's what I'm
face.
saying. All of
Yeah.
them coming out with all
and
they
you know,
coming out with all their true feelings,
Right.
and I do feel like when I'm getting out of this, I'm gonna tell you how my brain works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe what I do believe. Let me say, I believe we are our ancestors. That is a bloodline trait. No, I go off DNA now. When I
Mm-hmm.
tell you my mind now, it's not in fantasy world. I'm going down to your molecule and your atom.
Mm-hmm.
That is your ancestors. Your ancestors was those coons who told that everybody trying to free themselves. That's
Mm-hmm.
what that is. So I'm gonna say, oh, go ahead and go overseas. Go and switch over. We gonna stick with our non-coon black folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just they
We're
just
gonna
moving
stick with the
themselves along.
field niggas.
you know what somebody
Yeah.
told me? They said they did a study that showed that after slavery and all of that, black men began treating their women how white men treated them.
Man, you should have threw a shoe at their head. Whoever told you that, because that's
It
not
ain't
true.
that
No, no,
far
no, no.
No,
off.
It's kind of
no,
It ain't
that
that
is
it's
not
far
kind of
off.
true.
true.
That is
It's
hold on,
kind of
fellas. I
true.
got us. I got us, fellas.
If
It's
That
they
is
kind
not
of
asking for
true.
true.
Mm-mm.
submission,
That
they
is not
are.
okay. Wait.
Look
Let me
at
ask you
Color
this.
If
Purple.
Wait,
Watch
wait.
Color
Let me
Purple
ask you
again
this,
and tell
Flavon.
me it ain't kind of
Let
true.
me let me ask you this. It's not on if I believe it's true because I'm a man. As a black woman, do you believe it's true?
I think there's similarities.
Uh-uh. Nope, you're cheating.
There
Is it
is. There's
is it true
similarities.
or not?
And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not necessarily putting all the blame on them for this, because you got to know that all of that psychological warfare that was waged on us as a people, it still affects us. Like I say, so I'm not saying that it's
That's why I say
completely
we
their
got that.
fault. But if you look at it, there are some similarities to how they treated us during the color purple time. They very much treated us kind of similar to how white men treated them. And then when we move into today, how they keep telling us, you know, that we should be more docile and we should be softer and we should be more all these things. And I tell people this all the time. Pardon me if I'm not as bubbly and cheery as a white woman, but every day I got to worry about my son getting killed by the police. I got to worry about all these different things. So I don't have the luxury to necessarily be as easygoing as they do, because I got more stuff to worry about. You know what I mean? It's
And then
just
I
facts.
say, I'm a piggyback off what you said. I know every black woman don't think like this, which they should. Every black seed that died in this country comes from us, so it hurts us. I don't care if that's somebody else's child. That's my child. You just gunned down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have the luxury to be docile and sit
Right.
here and play.
Okay,
Grinning.
now let me say this, right? And this is not an excuse, right? But if you from a cultured background, let's say the hood, right? We brought up not to love y'all. We brought up to disrespect y'all. We brought up not to love y'all. We brought up not to trust y'all. So when we grow up and we go to getting feelings for y'all, we have to be we have to reprogram ourselves.
I was just talking about that on my last podcast about the song Dear Hip Hop, and they talk about everything that hip hop told them. Hip hop told me to only love her for one night. If she get on the pole and strip, make it rain. But if she respectable, don't trick. Don't trick off on like it. The messages are still coming to not honor
well, let
or
me tell
respect
you what we
them.
was taught. Fuck a bitch. Beat a bitch. Bad a bitch.
Yeah.
That's what we was taught. And I'm not fussing at my OGs, right? Because that's what they was taught. But we kind of don't know how to not really love each other, but we kind of knew to loving females. Because like I said, we raised not to trust y'all. We raised not to fuck with y'all. We raised not to...
You really raised not to love yourself, though. And so...
Elaborate.
In the same way. Go ahead.
Now, I want you to elaborate on
I
how
want you to elaborate, and then I'm going to come behind you.
No, I was going to say, so when you coming up, if nobody tells you that you're worth something, if you don't have any self-worth of your own outside of what you have, because like you say, if your worth is in material things, then when your materials is gone and your worth is gone. But if we're not taught that we are actually valuable, that the women, we come from Black women, and our mother is valuable, and we have worth, and we're precious, and we're worthy of this. We don't have that for ourselves, then there's no way that we can give it to somebody else. But once you become an adult, you can no longer tell me what nobody taught you. It is your responsibility to seek out the resources and the tools that you need to be an effective adult that can love a woman properly and all of that. It's your responsibility. It's my responsibility to learn how to love a man properly. It's like we can't go off of what was taught when we was raised up.
Let me ask you this. Can a Black man properly love a Black woman in 2023?
Of course.
Okay.
I say yes. I say yes if they reinvent new ways, because the old ways wasn't working. And
okay, wait. What about the women?
We have to self-heal first.
What about the women?
You heard me say we have to, and we have to invent new ways. I said we. Because it's gonna take two parties. We can't be in the old way and then he coming with a new inventive way. That's not smart. You know what I'm saying? So I said we, and
And we
I
need
want y'all to think
therapy.
about it.
We need counseling too. People need to
Why you
stop.
fanning yourself, Ivy?
People
Your
need to
nerves
stop.
bad?
People need to stop frowning on therapy and counseling because a lot of folks need it.
Wait,
It
I
is
don't.
getting a
Oh,
hot
wait.
conversation.
Elaborate. Why? Why you feel like that?
Because it's like she said,
Mm-hmm.
we go to people who, just because they've been on this earth a long time, or just because they've been in a certain situation a long time, we don't know if they managed that situation effectively. We don't know if it was healthy, but we know that they was in it for a long time. We go to them for advice when there are really people that are professionals that have experience in these types of things that we can go to and not worry
How
about
you know they
if
not
it's gonna be
biased too?
if it's gonna
When
get
and
repeated.
not only that,
How you know
not
they
only
not
that.
biased too though, play?
No. Think about this. Not only that,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have no connection to you to pick a side. So
Right.
they can
That's my
give you an
point.
honest, hey, you need to, and you need to, you know what I'm saying? But
And get a black counselor.
All right,
opposed to the
now let
people
me ask you this:
who we
Can
know
you?
that might be working in their own best interest.
Right.
Okay,
And get a
but
black counselor. It'd be
wait,
better
but
if you had a
can
black
you?
one.
Can you really take if they just like you say? If they don't have nothing invested in you, if they don't know you, if they don't even know the situation, right? Can you really trust what they tell you to do?
Yes.
If you telling the truth at counseling, because that's what you're paying your money for. I hope you don't go to
Right.
counseling wasting your,
Line.
Most of
lying.
women go to counseling and lie.
Oh, P. Dot
No,
not the
it's
general.
not a,
They
it's not
y'all
we're not talking
hold
about a
up.
gender
Wait.
thing.
Is it
Okay.
is it is that true or false?
Everybody, I'm sure, have gone into counseling. I'll give you a funny story. This is a short one, but it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I know a person that went to counseling with their husband, right?
Mm-hmm.
They left counseling mad as hell. Came back from counseling and was like, man, I ain't going back there. I'm like, why not? Shoot, cuz they in there talking about I did this and I did. They went into counseling trying to get the counselor to see everything that the other person was doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the counselor broke it all down to them. So they were like shocked, but it was helpful because that person didn't have no interest one way or the other. Because if they would have been talking to me, I would have been saying, yeah, you're right. Yeah, and you might be. And the counselor put it out flat. And
Mm-hmm.
she was able to see the things that she did to cause them to be where they are as well. And she hadn't really focused on that before going to an outside person.
Okay, let me ask y'all this, and I need y'all. Maybe y'all can help me with this, right? How do you trust somebody you don't know?
I can tell you, like, I've never been to
Um,
counseling, but I know a lot of people that
that's why
have. Go ahead, Ivy.
that's why I say, we got to work on our discernment because you're gonna know who you can't trust.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's right from wrong. We know what we would tell somebody if we really don't fuck with them and we want them to mess their lives up. We know what we would tell them. If we really mess with somebody, we know we're gonna actually tell them the real so they can grow. So you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna know the difference between who you can trust and who you can't. You know what I'm
But
saying?
But how do you decipher that your first time at that what is called
a
counsel?
counselor.
Yeah.
See, to me, a counselor is totally different. A counselor you go to because their job is discretion. Their job, they don't have any interest of telling nobody nothing you saying or trying. Like they really there. If you get a good counselor, they really there to help you, and
All
they're
right, now
not.
let me ask you this:
And the good thing
a
about going
man's
to a
job,
counselor is
a man's
they
job is a man's job, and a woman's job is a woman's job. But they don't do that, right? That's the whole reason why you in counseling, right?
what's the woman job and what's the man job?
Well, if you ain't got that deciphered in your own household, well, then
and then
you
like
need to decipher
No,
that
no,
before you
no.
go to
I want to
counseling.
hear what's your qualifications of a woman job and a man job.
I can't tell you what any woman's job is. I can tell you what my job is, though.
I can tell you what I think, not specific
What's your job?
jobs, but I think that
Right.
men are supposed to. I heard it put so eloquently about how, and I agree that we are not intended to bring the same thing to a relationship. So I don't have to be everything that he is, and he doesn't have to be everything that I am. So if men are givers and we're receivers, they give a certain amount of whatever it is they give. We take what they give, we multiply it, and we put back into the relationship. And that's how everything grows. So again, it's just a give and take, no matter what you define the actual items as you gonna do or we gonna do. The whole idea is if you give and you protect and you cherish and you give me that and I'll take that and make it into something even bigger and put it back, and then you cultivating that, and that's how you grow. But I'm like, all these little itemized tasks that each do, man, that stuff is for the birds.
Basically, you give, you get what you put in, just like life, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's why I keep telling them.
So
I keep telling them that if you have,
you done made Ivy hot. You done made Ivy hot, Peanut.
That's what I was just about to say. Ivy, I'm gonna leave you alone till you stop fanning yourself.
Keep fanning, sis. Keep fanning. You making them nervous.
This is what I wanted to ask Ivy, right? You asked what exactly is my job, right? You tell me what exactly is a black woman expecting from a black man?
I'm expecting a full adult.
A full Stop clapping your hands, please. This ain't that. This ain't that.
Oh, I want you to do everything that you would do if you was living by yourself with me.
Everything?
At some points, you got to.
You don't give me that answer, because it's a no-brainer that it's a no. It's not hard. Everything I know you give me no.
But I'm gonna tell you this, though.
But a full adult, like, why are you looking for somebody to? We already got the kids. Now we got kids. We both already got a sense of these kids. Because I've seen families to where the woman is doing everything. So the man is basically, he look miserable while he doing it. He goes to work, he come home, he either sit in front of the TV or he make time to go with the boys or whatever. You don't know nothing about your kid. You live in a house full of strangers.
Yeah.
You pay bills for strangers. You don't know the kids and you don't know their woman. So you pay bills for strangers. What are you doing there for?
What if you the one that feel like the stranger in your house?
Listen.
Don't get the he called me Samia. Let me find out. But it's you know what I'm saying? It's a stranger in.
No, she didn't. She cutting you up. No, she cutting you up. But no, she said something real though. She said something real though.
Right.
About
she did.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
What if you the one that's feeling like a stranger in your house?
Are you running your house though?
You know what? It's easy for both to feel that way. Because if y'all not communicating, the sex done went down. The you know what I'm saying? Y'all not learning each other. Y'all not making effort to regenerate your relationship. Y'all both gonna be strangers. Like I said, you ain't gonna know your kids, you ain't gonna know your woman, she ain't gonna know you, they ain't gonna know you. It's gonna be crazy.
Because if you're not helping one another out,
adults in a relationship.
I'm sorry about the black. I know y'all don't like me smoking. I'm sorry.
No, but listen, because if you're not helping each other out, you're not gonna have enough to give to the other person. So, like, if the woman is doing all of this stuff and she the only one tending to the kids, she the only one cleaning, she the only one cooking, she not gonna have enough of what she needs to tend to you properly because she being spent doing so much stuff. Same way on the other end. If the man
said, you got to be careful what you ask for. You got to be careful what you ask for. And Playmont, you just made a great point. Y'all want these women to be submissive. Y'all want them to do everything around the house. But that's
no. You want me to work hard and then be a freak in the bed. I ain't got no energy.
Wait a minute. No, listen. Listen, Ivy, you
My
hitting it.
body
I
broken.
said, wait a minute.
I would love to have that energy because
No,
I
no,
ain't
Right.
no.
stressing.
You ain't
I
gonna
mean,
have
Just
it.
a breakthrough. Hold up, because I
No,
agree. I
you ain't
agree.
gonna have it because they want you to have a bag. They want you to cook like grandma. They
Yeah,
want you to
yeah.
clean like
Right,
Hazel. Be a
right,
freak like Lil
right,
Kim.
right, right, right.
What?
But I'm gonna tell you
unrealistic.
this, right?
That's too
If a
much.
man
Unrealistic.
comes home from the streets or a job and just sit around, right? That woman been home all day doing all that. So what gives you the right to say you was there at a hard day's work, you deserve to chill? But this woman been at home taking care of the kids, feeding them, cooking. And I used to be, I was a single for, I got 4 kids, right?
See, you
So
know.
man, I respect, see, catching that bus with that carrier and shit like that. I
Mm-hmm.
respect. I have a whole newfound respect for single women because I didn't got my muscles up over that. You heard me? These my turn got big heads, right? So they heavy, right? So when it's raining, when it's so hot, and I mean I didn't been through it all. I respect y'all. I have a newfound respect for y'all, and I salute y'all because that is not easy. And I'm a man. You heard me?
No.
That ain't easy for me. So I know it's not easy for y'all. So shout out to y'all. But what I don't agree with, right,
You
is
couldn't
y'all
just
two,
leave it
y'all
at
double
that.
teaming
You,
me.
just,
Nah,
you
y'all not
couldn't
y'all
just
jumping
leave
me.
it at that. You
Y'all
was at a
jumping me.
good point. You could have closed the show on that note.
Right? No. No. But we have been hour and 15 minutes. You heard me? So do you think I know I heard you make the comment earlier. You don't think it could get better?
It's not, I believe it can. It would take both parties. And you can't do one side can't do it by themselves and the other side can't do it by themselves. It's got to be both willing sides, both willing parties, both willing to give the full effort. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I was saying like look up emotions, Google emotions, so and then check off the list of how many emotions that you have and be honest with yourself. Then you'll find out if you overly emotional person, and then you'll be like, oh dang, well I need to tone it down a bit because all humans have emotions. You just gotta, that's a part of your cheat, controlling them. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
can't
if I
think
have a
off them
discussion with
emotions.
my baby,
Mm-hmm.
my first thing ain't my first thing ain't to tear his head off. My first thought ain't to go for the gusto.
Because you
I want to
worked
hear
on
you out,
yourself.
and if it
Mm-hmm.
sounds inaccurate, I'm well. Yeah, and that's for both sides. We gotta really like, that's a part of the issue too. Uneducated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uneducated. Do you know anxiety is an emotion and we take medications for that?
Yeah.
I was like,
Mm-hmm.
They
emotion
give
ain't nothing but a feeling.
medication for
And it
everything.
come and it go. And we say, yes. I'm like,
Wait, you
baby.
cut off.
But
You
that's
cut
being
off.
uneducated. We need to really educate ourselves.
All right. How do we do that?
What I mean?
Us as a people.
When did you what's the last thing you heard?
The last thing I heard was we need to educate ourselves. How do we do that together?
When you together, it
Mm-hmm.
it would actually have to be separate. It would actually have to be you doing that that judgment to yourself. Because us doing it together, me telling my mate, B, I feel like you're a narcissist. That'll flip that person out. They have to go find out if they actually a narcissist themselves and come to
No,
an
you gotta
agreement
come with
themselves.
some proof.
Here he go. Here he
You
go.
gotta.
He
I'm
want to make
saying
everything.
everything. Wait,
Everything
play
is
my
a
way.
court case for
No,
Peanut.
everything. No, it's not. But everything has to have some substance behind it, right? So you can't just go to. It's just like court. You can't just go to throwing out allegations without that evidence for the allegations, right?
But I think her point
Okay,
was
so
her
that's when
major
this
point
is when
is
you
that
this when
you
you educate and you this when you educate and you Google what the heck is a narcissist, and then a person who's willing. That's why I say it's two sides is going to have to be willing. You would have to sit there and be like, damn, is that me? And I'd be like, babe, that's you. You might need to get some counseling, you might need to get some help. I'm trying to help you
That's
get to
the
a better
opinion,
person.
though.
But wait
That's
a
not
minute, Peanut, you getting lost in what
it's
she's saying
real.
though. What
Yeah,
she's saying is
yeah,
the
yeah.
the main thing that she's saying is that is not the way that it's going to work. How it's going to work
It's
is
a
each
self-work.
person working on themselves and coming to a relationship whole. Now, I believe in prayer and those type of things and working on yourself within ideally before you get into these relationships would be
But what
the
if ain't nothing
best
wrong
case.
with you though?
Oh, Peanut, let's go.
And all of us got something wrong
Now
with us.
ain't nothing wrong with you.
All of us got something wrong with us.
Nope.
See, that's what I'm
Peanut,
talking
I
about.
can tell you two
Here's what I'm
things wrong with
talking
you just off this thing.
What? Nah, what? What?
I'm not
This is
fooling
what
with
I'm
him.
talking about.
I'm
Peanut.
not
You
fooling
don't
with
never want to
him.
hear me out.
Peanut need to get in therapy tomorrow. Sign
Why?
up
Wait.
tomorrow.
Why?
Who do you
I
know
really
that ain't
wanna
got
know.
nothing
I really
wrong with
want to
them?
know why you say that. I really want to
Who
know
do
why
you know that don't have nothing wrong with them?
me.
Wait.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Peanut, maybe we all got something.
Gosh.
I mean,
You
that's
Peanut.
me.
You
Me
just
personally,
admitted
it's
that
my
you
anger.
go for the gusto.
Right. You
It's my
don't
anger.
forgive. You can't control your anger. You're petty. Like you just gave us 3 things on this podcast.
So,
I'm going to bed.
so
I'm
what?
going to bed.
You got to embrace you. I know me.
No, you
what
got
I'm
to
saying? Like
work
say,
on you.
Look in the mirror.
You got to
right?
work on you. Don't embrace.
No.
You
You got
to
to
do
work. Wait, you got to work to be my partner.
Oh, Jesus, help
Just
us.
like
Ain't
I got to work
nobody
to be
gonna
your partner too.
look.
It's
So
both ways.
when you meet somebody that's just like you think y'all gonna make it?
No, they gonna kill each other.
I'm telling you what
What you mean? Wait, are we speaking in general or you saying
We talk
just
about
like me?
you, the perfect one.
No,
We not. No. We are talking about us as a race.
No,
We
we
talking about us
talking
as
about
you.
speaking
We're
of
not
you.
gonna turn this. We're not gonna turn this on me. We trying to help us.
Ivy, did he say he was perfect?
Okay.
Didn't
I
he
have
say
an
he was
anger.
perfect?
The only thing that's wrong with me is my anger. That's it.
And you don't forgive people.
That all got to do with anger.
And you petty.
no. Not forgiving people is form of stubbornness too.
It is.
No, it's not.
And
You got a
and
stubborn
Not.
spirit.
and you can't
How? Okay.
communicate.
Tell me. No, I never said I couldn't communicate.
You can't communicate with your partner. You can only communicate with your mother.
No, I didn't say.
Oh,
say mine.
I
didn't
thought
say
that's
that.
what I
I
heard.
didn't say
I
that.
thought that's what I heard.
No. I did not. I did not say that. I said I go to my mama for advice.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
My problem. I communicate too much. I say
I'm
what's
sorry,
on my mind.
Mama Peanut. I didn't mean that.
Mama Dot. You understand me? But I'm too honest, right? If we into it, we into it. I'm telling you everything that's on my mind. You understand me? Sometimes I have to show restraint, but I don't know how yet. And
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to work on that. That's what she's saying.
If you, I'm an Aries. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all believe that or not, I'm fiery. So when I feel something and I know me, I would have to go. I would have to go. I tell my mate this: if I walk off from you and I walk and be silent, I'm trying to see if I was wrong in the situation and how to confront it. Give me my silence.
Ain't no walking away.
Do not charge me. Do
See?
not charge me.
There's another thing that's wrong with it.
Wait. Y'all try and get y'all point across, then walk away.
No.
You gonna hit me.
Like,
you gonna hit me.
We at this point, I'ma say me and you. You petty. You stubborn. Look, don't get it twisted. I got some stubbornness in me too. And I can't be petty if back pushed against a wall. Say you say some stuff that you know gonna hurt me. I'm fast to go for the kill.
But that happens.
Not be true,
that
but
happens.
I know it'll hurt you.
Right. That happens way too often though, right? And when in the argument, it goes from a discussion to who could hurt who the most.
But see, here's the difference though. Here's the difference. And I said this, I've been in this situation before because I'm an emotional person. I don't know. Y'all talking about signs. I think my sign might be Cancer, but I'm an emotional person. I don't say things purposely to hurt, but I'm overly verbal. Like I'm a poet, I write, so I can communicate how I feel very well. And sometimes me communicating how I feel comes across as me being too blunt or saying something. But I'm not doing that to purposely hurt. But then when I know that a person reacts to that by purposely trying to hurt me, to me, that's whack. Now you playing, now that's tit for tat. That's being petty because you know that what I'm saying is just communicating how I feel, and then you come back and try and cut me as low as you can cut me. That's to me. I'll be through.
That's really when the relationship. As soon as you do that, the relationship going down the drain.
It's gone.
All right.
It's gone.
Wait. Define, because you just tried to dress up what everybody do. So what's the difference?
I told you the difference. The difference is me communicating to you that I'm hurt or that I'm frustrated and I'm saying something and I'm communicating that to you and it comes across as harsh, right? Which I recognize, not saying that it's right. It's something that I have to, because everybody can't communicate like I can. So sometimes I'm communicating so much and it's making them feel under attack, right? But then in response to that, you just try and say something to hurt me. You did something malicious and I have a flaw that I'm working on. Those are two different things.
I respect that. I respect that. But when you say that you communicating woo-de-woo, right? What is it that you think will make a man go below the belt?
I don't know if below the belt is a good word, but just like, for instance, I was involved with a guy and he was one of those types that claim he don't have no range of emotions, right? I don't get mad. I don't get hurt. I don't, and I'm like, oh gosh, he need therapy because there's nowhere in the world. For real, because you don't have a range of emotions, then there's a problem. So
there's some people have no empathy out here.
That's what I mean. But I wasn't gonna try and label nobody, but
y'all been doing it the whole episode.
No. But so this is what would happen. Like when we would have a disagreement, we would get into a heated disagreement. And if I start saying how I feel, I might say some stuff that's kind of sharp. You know what I mean? Like, man, if it's gonna be like this, man, I'd have been better off if I never even met you or encountered you, or say something like that because I'm in my feelings. But I'm just saying, but then you come back.
Because if I say what I said, baby, you're going to be like, oh, no.
Right. But listen, so they take that and then say something more hurtful that I know that you don't even feel like that. You just said that to try and hurt me. To me, that's two different things.
Okay, let me ask you this, Playman. When you ringing a nigga up, right? Because that's all. We ain't gonna spice you. We ain't gonna put no good words on it. When you ringing a nigga up, are you telling the truth?
Yes, I ain't never saying nothing false.
Okay, well then they just can't handle the truth.
But I'm not all the time. You can't say everything, and you sometimes you got to know what to hold back, and that's something that I need to work on, or to communicate it in a different setting. You know what I mean?
We all got that, because baby, sometimes I thought I went to heaven. Look, I thought I went to heaven until a few days ago. You know what I'm saying? Not Don't get it twisted. I still got working on my cheek, my emotion. I knew how to handle these people when it came from my son, and still coming from. But when I'm behind closed doors, y'all playing with my intelligence. I do not like when people play with my intelligence, and then play my child at the same time. This is not what we're gonna do. If I don't understand what a black man going through, I got sons, and I see this. Y'all ain't gonna play with this one. This one educated, baby. Don't play with it.
No way.
Play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. And this ain't the
said, wait till you not mad no more. Fuck all that.
Yeah, that's why I said
but
the best option is to walk
off. You're gonna hear it right now.
Y'all
if I gotta hear what you saying right now,
that's five. That's five things.
No, we make an agreement as partners that we give each other after.
Oh, you keep it so.
Okay. Make agreement to give each other at least 5 to 10 minutes of silence.
Wait,
That's a
now
good.
say that again, cause they got scorecards up in here, and we ain't hear you. What you said?
I said, y'all need to come. It's a lot of agreements have to go on in relationships. Like, say, if you know you get hot and tempered and you know you liable to say something that you can't say back, make an agreement with your mate to have, like, at least we take a, if we see we catch ourselves before we get hot and heated, the first, before you about to give me 5 to 10 minutes or however
Right.
long, and we come
Does
to a
that work?
discussion, because once you
That,
say something you can't say back, that's the end of y'all relationship, really.
okay, now y'all could
Yeah.
agree with to that when y'all just talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all vibing, y'all epic.
You
But
got to
does
keep
that work in the heat of the moment?
put that in your prenup. Put that in your prenup. I guarantee you're gonna get it.
P Dot Nut don't think it's possible because he got a temper and he can't really
Wait,
control
I'm
his
not the
anger.
only one with a
I'm
temper
just
on
saying,
here.
no,
No,
I'm just saying that's why you feel like that's impossible because you think ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna be able to control that in the heat of the moment. But you can
I
if you
got to
work
be
on it.
100. When I'm mad, when you mad, you don't even try to.
That's you can though. Just say you don't, but you can.
I don't.
So that's what I'm saying about getting in tune with your chi, baby. You want to have some, and then you think about it like this. You think about the power you have when a motherfucker cannot control you through your emotions. They are not getting a rise out of you. Oh, that shit
That's
hurt
the
you.
thing.
I haven't
You
mastered that
don't
yet.
care. And then they start
And
doing the
look,
most.
I know
Oh,
my
you
mama
finna have a
probably
heart attack by
look.
yourself. And then look, you training them that this ain't how you gonna get through to me. You running
Right.
me off. And they stop
Mhm,
doing it. But
mhm.
when we
Right.
egg into it, oh baby.
My
Some
mama probably
people,
jumping up and down right now because she always see that. But I'm like this. It's not that somebody else controlling my emotions. It's
It
somebody else
is.
that pissed me off. That's
Same
what that
thing.
is.
that's your
No, it's not.
emotions. That's
Same
No, no.
thing.
anger.
It's the
But no,
same
That's
thing.
no.
anger.
Y'all ain't
Anger is
gonna
an
jump me.
emotion.
Listen, P,
See part. Wait.
P,
See part two. See part two. I'm gonna have one of my little sons on here.
but
You heard
listen,
me?
P,
I,
I'm not saying I'm any different because when I get in my feelings sometimes, I will instantly be like, man, I wish I would have I wish I would have pulled back. So I'm not saying that you by yourself in that. I'm just saying that as you know how guys are too, sometimes y'all purposely won't communicate because that's how you get at a woman when you
all
don't
right.
say
No.
nothing.
See,
You
y'all
won't you
trying to
won't say
cur us.
anything.
This what I
But
think.
you
Y'all
know
trying
what?
to
You
cur us.
can't say
This is
you can't say
wait.
I'm coming for
Let
you.
me see. Hold up. This a mean world, especially where we living in, right? See, when you go to doing all that emotions and talking about your emotions and trying to
Oh
control your
gosh.
anger and all that, that could really hurt you on the outside world.
It's
That's what I'm
not.
saying.
It's
We're
gonna
not
help
talking
you.
about the outside world. We talking about the woman or the man you say I love and laying
I
up and putting
disagree
your feet,
though.
putting
I
your thing in or riding
I
and chilling.
disagree with him though, because that will
What you,
help you in the outside world as well. You cannot walk around triggered by everything that an outside person say, and then you lose control of your emotions. You have
you
to be able to
have to.
channel that.
You have to.
No,
You have the
no.
options, and this is what I tell my kids, and I
What?
tell everybody.
What you that? What you
What a,
tell them?
what a person on the outside say should not matter because I don't give a fuck about them. I don't love them. I don't give 2 cents about them, so their opinion shouldn't matter. And what you coming with, long as you can go to talking to yourself. Now, if you grab your thing, I got my thing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not gonna stand here and argue with you. You know what I'm saying?
Tatuli.
Now, if you're trying to do some bodily harm to me, then you ask. You came for what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on and deliver it. But if I
Mm-hmm.
can sit there and not waste my time, you gonna stand there looking stupid by yourself. And let me tell you what happened to me one time. Let me give y'all a laughing situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned
Mm-hmm.
this from this situation. I
Mm-hmm.
was standing across from some crackheads, right?
I know the
Yeah.
vibe.
Huh?
I know the vibe.
Yeah. And then look, they having an argument, and somehow they must not know that I know they crackheads, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, I was bringing my trash out, right? She was like, you fucking my nigga, you could have him. Girl, when I tell you, either I could have argued with that crackhead and it would have looked like two crackheads fighting, or or
That's so true.
or
That's
I
so
could do
true.
look, or I can do this. I could drop my trash and I fell on the floor laughing with
Hey,
the trash.
I'm gonna tell you like
I
this.
was
That
That's
was
dying.
just,
exactly
hey,
what you would have looked
that
like.
was
You'd
real.
have
Hey,
looked
that
like
was some gangster shit. But it just would have been two crackheads fighting out there.
well played.
You ain't about to come
Look,
check me. You ain't about
look,
like, and
look.
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Like, it's
Miss
different.
Ivy, that was well played.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
But
well
no, no,
It
played.
no. But
was.
that no, no. But it really
It
happened to
was.
me
I
though.
like
It
I
was
that.
know.
it
I'm
was an
just
eye
saying.
opener, girl.
Now,
It
do
was
I
an
want to
eye
be a
opener for me. I
a
said
crackhead out here, or do I?
it was an eye opener. I was like, I could do nothing but fall on the floor with my trash laughing, girl.
Oh
It was I
gosh.
needed that laugh too, because the stuff I
See,
was going through.
that was real because we would have been out there looking like two fucking crackheads. Cause I'd
Crackhead.
have
There
been
you
like, hold
go.
on, like if it would have
Congratulations.
been like the other way around, and the nigga would have came out there like, you hitting my girl, like, woo woo, and I would have been like, man, I'm gonna make you act on what you talking about. You see what I'm saying? So I like that, Ivy. That's a
That
different way of
was
saying it.
Yeah, but
Down,
what
look, that don't
you
mean
know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm saying?
take your
Like
advice, but
if we start putting
that
that
was nice.
value, we have our values in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like if we put
Mm-hmm.
that value into my life is very valuable. My
Right.
time is very valuable. Am I gonna take this time to argue with your simpleton ass? And then
Come
half of them
on.
don't at all. We having an ignorant conversation. It's according to what kind of conversation we having. Now don't get it twisted. We having an intellectual debate where you can stimulate me, I can stimulate you, and we might have a little rise in the conversation. I enjoyed it. But that dumb shit, oh baby, I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you that. When you become wise, you too wise to be standing. Girl, what the hell they just said? Oh no,
You
you
know
on
what
your
they
phone.
say when you argue with fools, people come
You
up and
become the fool.
they don't know who the fool is. They just see
Yeah,
fools.
I'm not doing
Well,
that.
you gonna see two fools arguing. Cause if a nigga tell me, if a nigga like you can't like where I stay, you can't let nothing go. You
But
can't.
listen to this.
Look, I was from New Orleans, so I know. I
What you
am from
mean
New Orleans.
was? Wait, what
Because
you
I feel
mean
like
was?
I neglected my city. I'm missing my city.
But you
You know what I'm
still
saying?
from here though.
Yeah.
But listen though, but think about this. When people say that, I always harken back to
Mm-hmm.
where I'm from. You can't, and I think about, well, look at where you from and look at the conditions of it. Do you think maybe that the conditions are that way because, like I say, we talked about this on the podcast. We don't know how to have conflict resolution. We
We
don't know how
can't.
to
I
communicate
can't.
with
I
one
can't.
another.
And
We
we
don't
don't
know,
value each other's
and we
life and
don't value
time.
each other enough. So
Life
to
or time.
say, I just got to be like that, you really don't have to be like that. You've just adapted to it. And like she said, it's time to evolve. And if you evolve, and then the next one
I can't
evolve, and then
evolve
the next
around
one,
here. I can't evolve
You
around
got
here.
you got me on here. You got me on here
Mm-hmm.
on your greater purpose. And
Mm-hmm.
that's your purpose. Pop your shit on here.
yeah,
Make your money off popping your shit on here. Everybody else ain't making you no money, ain't making your day, ain't making your time. You can't even get a nut out of them. Never mind. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
hey,
It's
it's
nothing
different
productive.
though. Like if a nigga, let's say y'all would have been two men, right? And nigga would have came checked you like that, right? And I was standing in front of my door. I would have been like, man, this nigga just let that crackhead check him. Oh, he fit you fish food.
but listen,
See, and
You
that's
in the
the
hood,
thing.
you in the neighborhood
that's
full
a
of
poisonous
sharks.
way to think. You ever seen
Look, my
Dave
thing is
Chappelle's show when keeping it real goes wrong?
But
And
that's a show.
and no, but it's real life though, because it shows all these skits where a person is
Shout out
walking,
Dave Chappelle too.
yeah, and something very simple happens to him, and he say in his mind, man, he could have just kept walking, but he decided to keep it real. And so he keeps
I
it
remember
real.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he keeps it real off this little dumb incident, and at the end, he in jail getting bent over in a cell because he kept it
He kept it
real
real.
about something real stupid.
It's not about keeping it real.
But
If
you know
you
what?
okay,
You know
let's say he did keep walking, right? He fish food straight up.
He ain't fish food if
Peanut.
Yes,
he
he
really ain't.
is.
No, he ain't.
He fish food.
Peanut. You are not free until you free from what people think about you, They can call me fish food all they want to. They can call me
right.
scary all they
Test
want to.
me and
Niggas
see
gonna
if
I'm
I
gonna tell
act
you like
off
test
of
this.
me
that
and
though.
see
You
if I
got
Niggas
fish
gonna
food.
you got
right,
sons.
but
You
niggas
got
gonna
sons,
act
right?
off of that. I got
You
two.
got kids, right, Peanut?
I got 4.
If it ain't about your money or your kids, it ain't about
It ain't
nothing.
worth
You know
it.
what I'm saying? And then on top of that, this what these niggas gonna want to do. They gonna want to. I done been gossiped about. I got 9 babies. You ain't think I got talked about because I got 9 babies? You
It's
gonna judge
different
me
between
or
men and
something? I
women though.
want it. I
It's
No,
want
different.
but P,
it. You know what
this is what I'm saying is if you carry yourself in a manner that commands respect, that commands authority, you have the power to when something ignorant like that happen, be like, I'm above that. And then if they think you fish food, then let them see if you fish food. They can see the stature and the demeanor of a real formidable man who just ain't about no bull crap rather than a coward
somebody
who's
popping it off because
yeah,
to be honest with you,
Niggas
a
don't care
dude most
about all
likely
that.
popping it off. I'm gonna tell you as a female, I never take them seriously. The solid one is the one I'm worried about.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, right. But once you break that silence, you gotta worry about me. Or I
And
got
then
to worry about you.
It's like on Boys in the Hood when Larry Fishburne take the boys over there to the worst neighborhood in the world. He wasn't over there. They was talking slick. He wasn't thinking about them. They didn't look at him as fish food. They looked at this is a formidable man. He ain't scared of us, and he ain't worrying about no dumb stuff. He about his business. They didn't look at him as fish food.
That movie took place in the 80s. It's a
I
whole
still
different
remember that
breed
movie though.
out here. It's a whole
I
different
think
breed.
you
They need to go back
underestimate.
and look then. They need to go back.
You
It's a,
underestimating the power of you
You know?
underestimating the power of your kingdom, the power of what's in you. You really underestimate that. To me, it
And
is
the
a
thing
sign
about it,
of
wait,
weakness.
let me piggyback off you right quick. You got a point, and I'm finna bring it
no,
home.
let you jump in.
Look, they
Y'all
see
jumping me.
what you don't see. They see what you
Of
don't see for
course,
you.
I
That's
know
why
that.
they targeting you.
I know
Right.
that. I
You
know
got to
that.
see that true. That's why they coming for you because they know they ain't gonna get
Oh,
half of what you supposed to get.
no! Don't get it twisted. Niggas don't, as y'all put it, come for me, right? But that don't mean they wouldn't.
Well, you stay prepared for that. You ain't gotta entertain no nigga and tell them nothing.
Right.
Just keep your eyes open because the silent one move quicker.
Like you
This is what I'm
said.
saying. If I don't, Nick,
And you unpredictable.
if I don't initiate the altercation, right? Clearly, nigga take me to play with. So why would I walk away from that?
That's a terrible mindset.
Look, let me tell you this too. People are watching. You supposed to move smart and not dumb. I'm not finna go
Right.
back and
So if
forth
a
with you.
nigga see
No,
that
look.
happen, you fish
He
food.
he do that? No, let me tell you how to move smoother. Cause people are watching. This nigga popping off. My body language don't read that I got
Come on.
animosity and I ain't say nothing back. But when you played, you got popped. And nobody knew how because my body language, them cameras right there and them cameras right there never read that he had
Wait.
So they don't even know who they don't know who to look for.
About pop.
I don't know nothing about pop. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Hey.
I don't know what
You
the
don't eat
definition.
All thing we eat is popcorn.
Baby, I love
Popcorn.
me some Popeyes.
Man, look.
Baby, wait, they need to start putting some butter back on them biscuits though, baby. Down here they tripping.
No,
But listen,
wait, you eat Popeyes out there?
Yeah.
Where
You
you
better
at?
stop
Where
eating
you
that
at,
stuff.
Ivy?
I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay. Hey, Nut,
Baby,
I got to get up out of here, but let me tell you this. Until our men get a different mindset than that, the hood ain't going to never change.
But it ain't gonna change.
It just ain't.
I can't say like
it's not. It can't. If
you
everybody's
right.
walking
You
around like
right.
that,
You
it will
right,
never
Blade.
change. You have to renew your mind in the
You
way you
can't,
think.
but you can't do that in the same surroundings. You
I
can't.
think you can.
My thing is this: that mindset also blocks your blessings. You might have something waiting around the corner to remove you from that whole situation, and that
My
thought right there.
stupid ass moved back. I was gone.
Where you was at?
Huh?
Where you was at, Georgia?
I was in Texas.
Oh, you should have stayed down here, boo boo. You can
I
still
kept
hold a
going to
stick.
jail. They don't like me out
They don't like none
there.
of
No,
us.
I'm serious.
I was like, they
They
don't
don't.
like it's
They
only a
don't.
very small piece of Texas that's mess with black folks.
No, not really black folks.
Not
People
really
from New
black folks
Orleans.
ever.
Like they not racist of my color. They racist of my city.
Yay.
I ain't worried about them.
Cause I
I'm
heard
worried
one
about
popping
us.
off. See, you
Right.
New Orleans, I said, eight, eight,
Yeah.
eight, eight,
Yeah.
eight. You
They
said
trying to
that
get
about
stripes
her, but
off
you
me.
called me out too.
Right.
Baby,
They trying to
no,
get
don't do
stripes
that.
off
Cause
you.
I ain't.
Well,
I
see,
don't.
it sounds like though you left New Orleans and went to the same type of environment in Texas, so that's essentially not leaving.
I'm
I
not.
leave, if
I'm
you
not
leave
in.
one
I'm
place and
not in
go,
that type of environment.
not
No,
you,
you talking
I'm
about me.
talking
Yeah.
I'm talking about P.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
Yeah, I'm
did.
talking
I
about
did.
P.
I mean, but at the same time, right? You right. You right. You right.
Yeah, so that's like not even moving.
You're right.
wait. Since you said that,
You're right.
we're gonna speak on a spiritual note. Could it be
Mhm.
your thought process got that type of energy following you? Or
No.
your thought process have a spirit following you that's attracting that?
It,
No,
it,
no, no,
it
no, no, no. I'm not saying that's going on. I'm just telling y'all how I will react in the situation. I'm
no,
not
No,
no,
saying
no.
that's
and
She
going
look,
on.
talking about when you moved.
when you was in Texas.
I went out.
Yes, just say it.
I
Yes,
can't.
because you moved. All you did was change locations. You didn't change anything in here. You just changed locations. I tell
Wait,
people
hold
that
up.
all
This
the
ain't about
time.
to be no intervention here. No,
Okay,
we're
okay,
not about to do
okay.
that. No, no, y'all ain't about to pick me in front. All these, I'm saying
Hey,
no.
I gotta
We got,
go.
yeah,
I gotta
look,
go anyway, man. I
yeah, we
gotta
gonna
go.
all get out of here. You heard me? Play my,
Love y'all so much.
wait.
Yes.
Play my last word.
Yeah, just make sure y'all subscribe to the Behind Bars YouTube channel. Follow the Facebook page. We going behind bars every Monday night at 7 p.m. And look
Not
up
the
my
jail bars, the rap bars,
the
right?
rat bars. Yeah, not the
Yeah,
jail
we
bars, the
yeah.
rat bars.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and tune in to my son Big Play. He got a new music out. Look him up on YouTube, on iMusic. He on all of the platforms. And it's been so fun talking with you, Miss Ivy, and P.
Yeah.
Dot Nut the General.
You understand me? Ivy, last
Yes,
word.
I love this energy, and we're gonna come with some audience because people are watching and they're learning. You know what I'm saying? And they need this tea because in the end of the day, I do have faith in our people. We
Hold
just
on, I'm a man. You can't call this tea while I'm sitting right here up here. You got to
Mm.
call this.
I'm trying to change the definition of tea because tea was called as mess, and that's not the real tea.
Right.
The tea is
Okay.
Right.
evolution. The tea is knowledge. The tea is empowerment. And if you ain't doing that, I don't know what you got going on. All that
Right.
drama and mess, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
I don't like I said, my biggest competition is my old self. I'm trying
Because
to
tea
become
is
better
used to
than my
clean
old
you
self.
out, right? It's not used to mess you up. It's used to
Thank
clean you
you.
out.
No.
Tea is herbal and it's
Tea
to
is good.
and revitalize your body. Why would I call that tea? That's like
And
witchcraft.
keep your body clean.
You
Yeah,
keep your
I drank
body
a lot.
clean,
Hey, keep
huh?
your body clean. Go ahead, Ms. Ivy. You finished?
But I want to wish everybody on here a happy Women's International Day. Um, I want y'all women to download the Offenders Watch app. Put your address in and your kids' school location, wherever you send your kids, look in the location for offenders. And go on the .org website is going to tell you all the age ranges for when it's consent to do with children,
And
with age.
we gonna have to do the offender show over because
Right, because
we ain't talking
We
about
turned
that at
up.
all. You hear me? But
We
we
turned
missed
up.
it.
I enjoyed this, and I'm gonna make this like a segment. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but I think people need this, and I think we the ones to give it to them. But I just want to say March 25th kick off Women's Week, the third edition. I do that every 3 months. I uplift the women. I have all women guests. They come on, they speak about empowerment, women empowerment, and all that stuff y'all be talking about. You hear me? So it kicks off March 25th. Ivy, she the new co-host, so she gonna be a part of it. Play my I love you to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, come down.
I
You
really
know I'm
enjoyed
down.
this, y'all. I really enjoyed this, even though y'all jumped me, but I was swinging back. You
I'm
understand me?
sorry.
No, we
My
did.
apologies. My
It's all
apologies.
good. It's all
I
good. I
apologize if
really
you felt that
enjoyed.
way.
I really enjoyed this, and I think that this type of back and forth dialogue is needed, and we gonna be the ones to give it to them. But until then, it's Pete another general to Nola the podcast. You keep your
Keep your
body
body
clean,
clean,
huh?
huh?
Yeah.